long time no see. Had a lot going on, but your girl Guess Neffy is back with a new video. And why have I been gone? You may ask if you are one of the people that watch it. Hey subbies, if you actually happen to watch it, anybody new, hey, a lot has happened. For just a quick rundown, I have moved out of a house that we have been in my whole life. So they had a whole life worth of stuff to pack up and actually move into, and sold a house. Went on a trip, traveled some, got sick on said trip. Something viral that only babies get because one of the people I was traveling with lied about being sick. So that was fun. Had to go get an antibiotic, was down for like a week. And yeah, so yeah, that's other personal family, health, and moving jobs, stuff like that, etc, etc. But I'm here now and hope to be more active and all that good stuff. This ain't got nothing to do with the YouTube algorithm because your girl was not even making money or anything like that to begin with. I made a whole cent. So okay, so what can I do with that? But anywho, to get back into the groove of things, I'm going to do this video at the suggestion of my friend. Her name is Annabella Love on here, and I will insert that through here. She has her own channel about when she was one of the people that I did travel with on the 4th of July weekend. And I don't know about y'all, but it is a smooth, I think it's 89 or 90 degrees today in August. Okay, I'm gonna hit the weather thing, but y'all get it. It's 89 degrees, y'all, here in my local Nashville and the greater surrounding area, and it's gonna be that way for a while because we know how the South works. July and August tend to be our hottest months, even though the end of July was kind of mild. But she noticed that my makeup did not move and I did not look greasy the whole time. I did not have to do much blotting, which is a win for me because I am a oily combination skin gal. So I thought I would help spread that on to you guys. And I do want to let you know before we get into it that this is specifically for people who have oily combination skin or just oily skin. Things that will help and tips that I picked up along the way, because when the heat is out, you might well just say your girl is oily. I'm not combination anything. Like, it balances out more in the fall, even though we don't really have fall here. But when it's just like down to the 70s, me not sweating like that or whatever, I ain't see your girl is rotund. So keep that in mind. You know, thumbs up, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Yeah, well, your first thing that you start off with is your primers. Now, I know some people think that primer is a scam, so if you do not want to use primer, you can always just have your moisturizer for whatever your skin type is, and then you set it. Set it with a good powder or a good oil. Now, you don't need oil control if that's not your issue, or a good setting spray. So yeah. Alright, so what I took with me and what I've been wearing all through the summer, and I will say except for today, you will notice that I am a little shiny. I have blotted, I have put on powder because today I did try something different. If you want to know what I tried, it was the ColourPop foundation. I'm not going to review it. I'm just going to say that if you are oily or oily combination, this is not the one for you. I have been dabbing and blotting and setting all day. I use my normal under primers or whatever. I didn't use the Ever Matte Poreless. It still looks nice. It's nice, but I may not be able to actually rock with this until the winter. So do with that information what you will. Okay, but back to this summer thing. Okay, so what you do need, I am a proponent of actually mixing your primers. So one of the best primers, if you are just oily and can't get it together, like I be sometimes, but I like the Becca Ever Matte Poreless Primer. Yeah. That's what it's called, Poreless Perfecting Primer, excuse me. And you know that this one I only get this much because I only put it in my T-zone, and so basically through here is where I get oily the most, and it does ball up. Let's see. And so you only need like see if you can see that, you only need like a pinch, and I just dab it in. Now this is gonna leave little white spots, so it's best that you just dab, 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 dab. Okay, so I put that in my T-zone areas, and then I have a primer, the Smashbox Photo Finish. Again, you don't need a ton of primer when you do it, when you put on primer. So you will see that I do have, I think I may have 2 primers. I don't have every primer that I have because I do like different products. But I have like maybe 2 full-size primers, which if they are not, and the only reason is because maybe I got those on sale because that's how I shop. And so what you're going, and I will go ahead and do this one too. And then I put on my eyeshadow primer, and I like the one from Urban Decay. This is the GOAT. I like the one that I use from Creon Case, but like I said, that's not one that I would use in the summer because it is a little more moisturizing. It feels nice on your eyelids though, but if you're trying not to be oily and not get anything to move, you do want to use something more like this. Like this don't budge. And the one from Too Faced is all right too. Shadow Insurance is cool. Okay, so your next step, after you prime your face, I like to put all my primers on at the same time. That's why I brought up the eyeshadow. And you will take your powders, and you will set that layer of makeup. You will have on several layers of makeup, even though people don't like to hear it like that. Like you think of your face as like a cake. You're going to actually put on layers in between. So your first layer is your primer or your moisturizer. So if you are a particularly oily girl, you then take the step where you will actually set the primer. You set it. And if this is gonna be too dry for you, you do go and then really go hard in the places where you're the oiliest, but you just kind of want a little kind of sheen, not a sheen, you don't want a sheen, but you are trying to look for your skin to look like skin. So you do kind of take this, either I suggest a puff or your beauty blender. And a damp one. This one is dry and it's dirty, but then you will get the gist. And you put that into your skin all the way around there, and then I'll let it sit, I say for like a minute, and then go in with a clean brush and dust it off. Yeah. So that's that. And then if that's not what's working for you, another suggestion, this is from Wayne Gross, that he says to actually, what he does and found for it to stick, because he does a lot of bridal makeup too, because he's a working makeup artist as well. I don't know if you've seen him on here. He has it online, his stuff is nice. So you take your setting sprays instead of powders in between layers. And I did a mix of the two because I don't like to look cakey. I know people like to be caked down, but not me. Okay, so between those, these are my setting sprays and all that good stuff. So the one that I did use to do that is the Urban Decay De-Slick or the All-Nighter. It might have been the All-Nighter. It's actually the one that I took on vacation with me, and it gave me the same thing because I am going between powders and setting sprays. But I like the De-Slick. That's nice. And this one, unlike one that I also love, but it does leave a residue if you don't shake it up well, you hear that? And kind of hold it back like you're supposed to, is the COVERFX Mattifying Spray. And the BOSCIA White Charcoal Spray does work nice, but again, you really need to shake it up and have your arms at a distance, and you spray that down, let it dry. If you are impatient like me, or you're in a rush and you don't want to do that, I would also tell you to keep a paper towel on hand to just kind of dab it into your skin. Don't rub, you're gonna be dabbing this whole time. Dab, the whole time and let that sit into your skin. All right, so after you have set that, you're gonna move on to your foundation. So one of the better foundation and concealer, let me make that caveat because you will see what I'm going to say. All right, so during the summer, I'm not one to actually wear a lot of foundation because that does help with the overall. I just get into places that I have discoloration and kind of focus on that for the most part. Yeah, but if you want something that don't move, a good foundation is the Fenty Beauty. It's thin. When it sets. You do have to work fast. I know have said my piece on this. I like it. Even though I have not been reaching for this the whole summer, because I did get it last summer is about when it came out, and you can't see it because I have shaken it up. I probably am going to have to re-up by the time they had the VIP sale. Yeah, that's a good one. When it says it don't move, it don't move. And that's one of the ones that has minimal to like no transfer for me. Now, I know people that have that and they have had a different experience. I do not know what some of y'all did. I was like, did you just rub your face against stuff? Or actually, is it your powders and your blush and stuff that's transferring and not the foundation? But I find that does not, the Fenty Pro Filter Foundation does not, and that's like a demi-matte. And it looks like skin, one of my faves. One of the other ones that I do like is from MAC, is the Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation, and this is NC50. Okay, and it comes like this. I'm gonna get a little palette one day, or I just don't travel with it. Comes like that, you buff it in. You need your good buffing brush. I prefer to use a buffing brush. And this is my Morphe E44. Oh, that might be upside down. Yeah, E44. That's with the head and kind of buff it in. And I know some people like the sponge, but when I'm applying to kind of thin it out and shear it out, I like to use, I'm more of a brush girl than a beauty blender girl. All right. And see, for me, that's a lot, even though this one doesn't move either. But again, you need to buff it. You need to not use as much product. So your goal is to not have transfer or minimal transfer. I will be honest and say that I don't know too many foundations that don't transfer. They just do. That's part of it. And sometimes it's actually not your foundation. Again, it's your powders and everything that you're putting on top. Because I wear powder, bronzer, contour, whatever I'm feeling that day. Yeah. So yeah. And another thing, just for the price point, if we're gonna go over to our just spot concealing and powder, which is a better option of foundation in the summer months just to not melt. The GOAT of the cheap concealers is the LA Girl Pro Conceal, the HD concealer, and my color is chestnut. As you know, it comes with a brush, so it's all in one. That's also great for traveling. And you put this all over. Chestnut might be my summer shade, period, or at least it's close enough that I ain't really got to do nothing else to it, to my face. I don't have to highlight and buff out too much. I just put it on my spots. I do a lot with my fingers to help meld it into the skin, and it's Gucci. Same thing with the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, which is not one of the most expensive concealers or anything like that, but it is a bomb. When it sets, it sets, and that is really what I'm looking for. And again, you're going to take your, before you do that, you're gonna take your sprays or your powders. I would take a spray first and set that layer of foundation. Boom. Let it dry. And then you would move on to your concealing and contouring. And for those, I only got one suggestion. I actually do like the Fenty ones. The Fenty sticks, like some people don't like this is the 400 matchsticks, and I have it in suede and espresso. They came like that, and then I got the set that has the, I think cinnamon or something like that is the, and actually the suggestion that you warm it up on the back of your hand. So that's the contour shade. That is the highlighting shade that's closest to my skin tone. And yeah, you just use those. But the thing about these, they do say it, but it's like a powdery sort of finish. A powdery sort of finish, or you can always use powder. It's that point, but I tend to like cream. Cream does blend in better. Cream is more likely to transfer though than powder. So that's the other caveat. So the powder version that I like there's the Sleek, which is the UK brand that does have the contour and the highlight in it. And also the Anastasia Beverly Hills. I do not like the cream version of that contour palette. And you don't need all those colors. So yeah, it's 6 pans of a bunch of colors you don't need. You need like 2. I know some people want to use them all, and more power to you. Okay, so you take that, excuse me, and then you will take your own brush, your buffing brush, and blend it out. And then you get into your setting powders again. And then I go in, I usually use a couple. The Laura Mercier Translucent, I have the deep one somewhere. Like I said, we did move, a lot of stuff still packed up. I have not come across the deep one, but that's okay because I actually don't reach for the deep one that much. The Laura Mercier is good. And the Black Opal finishing powder, actually for this to be, they have a mattifying one, which I don't like. And it doesn't do anything for me, and it's supposed to be oil controlling, but I like this Black Opal, the deluxe finishing powder, and dark. And that's kind of close to my skin, so I like that one. And the COVERFX has a lot of options, so you have the translucent deep. I am curious to try the REM, the one that looks like it's in a salt or pepper shake or a spices shaker. I'm interested in that one. And yeah, I don't actually use, I have the Fenty here, but that is for the last step to kind of carry with you. I don't like to use this, the Invisimatte as a blotting powder. I use it as a blotting powder. So that's what I keep it as. I don't set my makeup with it. All right. So after you got all of that good stuff, we're gonna move on to the eyes and other features. Now this is kind of optional. What you're going to do, you have already put on your primer and all of that is set. I know I'm working a different way than some people do because a lot of people do their eyes first and I do not. So what I like to, or I have tried to, and it does make sense to go ahead and do that, because if you mess it up and have any fallout or any smudges or anything, you know, you can clean it up with your foundation or concealer or what have you. All right, so what I actually do use is I like a cream liquid eyeshadow because it sets. The one that I took with me is this one from Fenty. I do have, as you see, I like a lot of the Fenty stuff. The 2-in-1 eye shimmer, which is just, and this is the Island Bling, so it has Mamacita and Teeny. And there's another one that is probably supposed to be for more deep tones, but I actually like this one because you just need a dot and I blend that out. I really got it for this. Like if I could switch them and take this and that gold from that other one, that would have been Gucci. And this one, the Teeny is kind of this. I don't reach for this in as much, but it's a great accent. And again, digits blended out because as you can see, it's kind of green and it's more glittery. Although it's not chunky, so it's like a nice, it's nice, right? It's a nice kind of greenish, holographic situation. I don't know how to describe it. It's pretty, but I don't reach for it like for an everyday thing. And also you can just with these, I will say that they do dry down, but the only reason I set my eyes for this one, because I do happen to have quite a creasy eye, or at least in my opinion. And yeah, and I use these, and they have, you know, liquid eyeshadows at different price points. The ones from Milani are nice as well. I'll insert those, and I have some. I don't know why I just don't bring them over here with me, but yeah. So a liquid eyeshadow, because you can kind of buff it out, it sets better and all that, and it's just not as much stuff. And always, you know, carry an eyeshadow palette with you anyway, because I did, yeah. And but one of the main things that people are concerned about running as far as it comes to your eyes is the eyeliner. So what I also like to line my inner corner, and my waterline in the inner corner, but I lined it today. I don't know if you can see. I got a little of that, and I smudged out with my bronzer. So what I actually have on today is the Milani Stay Put waterproof liner, and you can it doesn't move once it's set. So you got a little window, but you can kind of smudge it out, and they come in a bunch of different colors. I like that. The Jordana 12-hour made to last pencil is nice as well. That's like $2, and again, you can smudge them. So that's what you're really looking for. And the Slim line from L'Oreal, and that's really black. So I like that one too, but the only thing with this, it's not like a matte black, there's like a sheen to it. So keep that in mind if you want but they have different ones that you can kind of go in and try. So I do like that as well. As far as a liquid eyeliner, just to do, because I like a little wing to like elongate whatever I'm doing, like a little kitten wing. The only one that I have found that has actually worked for me, and it doesn't really smudge, I'm always looking for that. The one from Tarte is nice. And then I have watery, kind of itchy eyes, because your girl got allergies as well, aren't I lucky, is well, the Kat Von D liner, the Trooper. It is waterproof, and it does have that, and I like a felt liner myself. So, and it's really black. Suvia is this country from, Suvia is not a country. Suvia is this company from Canada, and they have hydro liners that work really nice. What it is, it comes in like the old school, like a cake, and you can spray down whatever. I usually spray my Fix Plus in there, because we already using nice fancy face water. We might as well put it on that, and you can take it and line your eyes with that. Of course, for your mascara, there are a number of mascaras that you can use so they don't run or whatever. I like the Too Faced better than Sex waterproof mascara. I did take a waterproof mascara just because it was so hot and I was going to be out in the elements. I generally do not wear waterproof mascara. I do find all of them, no matter the price point, I find them to be kind of sticky. But yeah. You don't have to use a waterproof, it just depends on how you feel. But if it's going to be, if you got oily eyelids, if you're sweating that particular day, I would suggest that. Cause while it's like they never really quite dry down. So yeah, but this is the better than Sex, and it gives you nice flutter lashes. And I don't wear strip lashes. If you have strip lashes, you can skip mascara for the most part. All right, and then eyebrows. So for your eyebrows, what I have found that works very well is like the dip brow or the brow pomade, something that is not wax based. Is this wax based? It may be wax based, but anywho, this is, who is this? LA Cosmetics. yeah. I'll insert. LA Splash, that's what this is. I could not think of it, guys. But it is the UD Ultra Defined Brows from them. I prefer this to my dip brow. I have that on today. And I did take this with me because These bad boys don't move, and but it does dry quickly, so you have got to work fast. But it is giving me with, I actually have the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush in 7 that has let me hold it up. It has the angle brush up top, and it has the spoolie at the end. I got the one when I bought it. It was a special. You got the brush for free from LA Splash, but I prefer the one from Anastasia, and I believe this brush is the number 7. So, and it is just, it's a better brush. That's all I can say about it. It's firm. That's what I look for in my eyebrows. Okay, so yeah, you can do that. Boom, boom, boom. I prefer that to a pencil. Pencils tend to be, since they're kind of waxy, kind of tends to melt, even though Anastasia does have one of the better pencils, and so does Benefit. I don't know too much about drugstore. I haven't come across a drugstore one that I'm impressed with, but I did like to set my brows with this L'Oreal Brow Stylist Boosting Set, and this is just a transparent one, and this just gave me a little definition in the front, because you know when you can use pomades and brushes that can start to look a little fake, and you know those fake block Instagram brows, it does give you a little dimension, and you can do that with any kind of brow gel, but this one was nice, and it's also drugstore. It's L'Oreal, and that's how the packaging looks. All right, so, and then you can go ahead and spray your face again, and with one of your setting sprays. That can be your final step, and then you can just throw on a lip. I have on gloss today because I like gloss. Gloss obviously transfers, so yeah. This gloss is Secret Weapon. It's a ColourPop gloss that I have on, and it's the box. I just got it, that's why I still got the box. And it's kind of pinky, peach red, so it just gives you a little color. I like the Anastasia Beverly Hills glosses because they are very moisturizing and they're pigmented. I like the Fenty gloss as well, but if you don't want anything to move, I would tell you to invest in a liquid lipstick. Some of them feel better than the others. It's gonna be up to you, and also since you're gonna be on vacation, take you some different options. I like the Retro Mattes from MAC, even though this one does not dry down all the way, it is long lasting, so that's a very nice one, and it's kind of a mauvey everyday nude, kind of on the darker side of nude though, so yeah, there's that. And of course you got different reds. They got Ruby Woo, whatever. Everybody makes them. You can get you some from the drugstore that I feel kind of nice too. I do like the dose of colors. This is Chocolate Wasted. This is one of my favorite browns. I don't necessarily reach for this in the summer, but it's very pretty. It's kind of like a, yeah, chocolate, somewhere in between. I do like that. And for blush, I tend to gravitate towards cream blush because while my skin is oily combination, it can get a little dry on the cheeks. So I like to take this one. It is orange. It is from Makeup Forever, and it is in the color 515. And I've had this for a while. I haven't made a dent in it because you only need, I've had this one for a while. You only need the tiniest bit. I mean, and take it on your ring finger because that's your weakest finger, and kind of just pat it in. Like, even that's a lot. See? That patting and smudging. Boom. Alright, so you do all that, and of course since you did use a cream, and this is one of the creams that is a little drier, so I do like that. The Makeup Forever, the one from e.l.f. is nice, that whole, and there's a palette of 4, and that's about $6 or $8. You can get them on sale and pay $3. So keep that in mind. The deep one, which I need to re-up on, I know it's gone. The one from Glossier is actually pretty pigmented. It's like it's kind of a gel, and that is one of their few products that I do really like. I don't actually, you know, somebody said on here that Glossier is for people that do not need makeup, and they may be correct. So, anywho, and you will spray your face again. If you want to do another layer just to blend everything in, you're gonna take a clean brush with a finishing powder that is pretty sheer. I like this sheer, Candlelight Sheer Perfecting Powder from Laura Mercier. Something like this, and it gives you a nice kind of glow and all over whatever, and just kind of do that. You can skip the other makeup, but I do like a finishing powder, so this one, and or the mineralized skin finish from MAC. This one is nice because it has, you can do different things. You can use it as a blush, you can use it as a contour or a bronzer, and you know, you can use, but this one is one that has 4 colors in it, so it's like a quad. You can blend them all together, and it gives you a nice kind of rosy situation going on deep skin. Or you can, they have the Skin Perfectors Skin Finisher. Yeah, mineralized skin finish. You can get them in your whatever your color is. Because the skin finishes, I don't feel like they are setting. So like if you have dry skin and you don't really use setting powders, but you just kind of want something to finish off whatever you got going on, this that's nice for this. This doesn't really set. This is the finishing powder, but you take a clean brush and it blends everything together. And then finally, you will take your setting spray again, set everything, don't dab that final step, and let it dry. You can also, if you want a little something, little shimmer, you could take you some, which actually, this illuminating setting spray, this is from Beak Box. And you know, F-Boy repellent, and this is in the color Petty. Very pretty. And I actually like to put this on first and then set it with one of the setting sprays, because this has shimmer in it, so this is a nice liquid highlight. This also looks nice on the body. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I have talked a long time. There's a lot going on, but I think I might have just got chatty because I ain't seen y'all in a minute. So yeah, you know the toe drill, thumbs up, subscribe, whatever. Hopefully this helps. If you have any other questions, let me know, drop them down in the comments. Make your own. What do you do to stay nice and oil free? I will throughout the video try to insert different especially foundations that are, while they may not be completely 100% transfer free, they are transfer resistant. So yeah. Alright, and that's about it. Love you guys. Thank you guys for watching this. And you, Nessie loves you. Have a good one. I'll try to be back again quite soon. Bye. Hey, the first item will be the It Bye Bye Makeup, which is a 3-in-1 makeup melting cleansing balm. And that's how it looks. Trying to focus it because I'm